Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is November 8th, 2025, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. I'm going to say this. Sometimes you can't even lead a horse to the water. Don't even try to think about making them drink. You just kind of hope you can just point them show them that there is a river down the road. Leave it at that. I know that don't make sense to a lot of people. That's how I am and all. But what I'm going to point out here is, though, gap up a dud. Doji at the top showing a bearish flag coming down. These are my last week little shorts that I was trying to show people and all. Again, showing a bearish engulfing at the top and showing the candle pattern that's going to come after that. Also, gap up or evening star showing the candle pattern that will happen after that. You know, again, like I say, sometimes you just got to let them know there's a river down the road. I'll just leave it at that. But let's go ahead and get into this weekly review. And I'll maximize this quarterly chart, resize, and what we see. We see a doji at the top on a high time frame. This is these are quarterly candles. These are yearly pivots. We couldn't cross an R2. We're not below an R1 yet, but we have a doji at the top at this time on this SPY. Let's go down here to this monthly chart. At this monthly chart, we're still above the 9-10 moving average, so technically we are still in a bull market, but we're getting a bearish piercing pattern at the top at this time, back below a quarterly R1 and all. And stuff, but we got a pretty good wick here, on this red candle at this time. So again, it's not too bad, look like this market, that might have been it this week. We still have a higher low, and we don't have a higher high at this time. So that's why we have a piercing pattern here on this monthly chart, what I call a piercing pattern on a monthly chart. I don't know, that's probably what everybody else call it too. But again, right here, we got pretty much our confirmation. Like, we got what I was kind of expecting to happen here. We got this. It's not the best evening star but we got that evening star. And the question is now, the scary thing that could happen is that we end up getting a confirmation candle of this, and this market continue going down even lower. Let me get my little drawing thing out for this, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking, but sometimes people, like I say, still even the pictures doesn't help but I will show what I'm talking about. I'm talking a confirmation candle would be something like this coming down here, and I would like to see it. It might get below this support 1 level right here, but if we get any kind of good news, that won't happen. What I'm looking at is this level right here. I'll start to say hope. I hope the market, everything that I got in the market right now, I got a covered call on it, or I like selling puts. I'll sell puts on stuff that I don't mind owning. I still have a hard time actually buying puts that actually help protect myself, or I'll just end up selling the position that I'm in altogether. I don't like it to go below a certain percentage gain that I have already made, on that position. And that's where I'm at with one position is almost in that predicament where I need to maybe just take the call off that I've sold on it and be done with it and get back in it later. That's my whole strategy. But based on what we're seeing here, this is what I kind of expect. This is what could happen. Anything can happen in the market. I'm looking at, we need some good news. If we get some good news, this market can. This could have been it once it hit this R1 level right here, this could have been it, and we'll start reversing. This can be a green candle instead of a red candle right here. This candle here, because we can have a confirmation of that evening that evening star, but it can be green. If it ends up being a green confirmation candle where this market gaps down here a little bit more gaps down a little bit and then end up going back up but doesn't break this top, that'll be the whole thing. But a lot of us long-term traders before we really start wanting to get into it, we want the market to break. Like one guy, he always noticed that. He said, you can always buy near the high and stuff. And I say, no, I like waiting for that confirmation. It can break out pull back and all, and then once I start seeing it go again, okay, now I jump in. I know it got the support that it really needs in order to go higher. And again, like I remember one year, it was kind of like over 70-something all-time high positions that Wally was in. And again, we get where we hold. I've kind of got it now. Hold things for don't be in. I'm in. I have a small account where I can play in and out, but then I've learned, some things you can hold them. They're good companies. Their chart looks good overall on the big picture. Be patient, and I'll keep your position size where it won't drive you crazy. That's that. And enough of that. Again, I don't know why I'm going there, because again, it's been a painful week for some things and all. But I'm gonna go ahead and erase all that, and let's go ahead and go down to this weekly chart. This is the weekly chart. Let's go down to this daily noise and wrap this on up. On this daily noise, what we see, this thing did the same thing that the Nasdaq did. This whole little crap that was going on right here. What was that all about? And it couldn't break this high. So when we saw that, one trader I know, they got short, made good money. I won't say crazy money. They made good money, and then actually again on this pullback here on this day right here, ended up selling again. Caught that drop, made good money. So again, when you're in a bear market, this is not a bear market, but when things are looking bearish, learn to play it. Switch to the other side of your holster and start playing that stuff to the downside that you can play to the downside. Me, all I do is start looking at trying to protect what I have, and I don't really play to the downside. I kind of like just moan and groan and maybe go out and take a bike ride. That's about it. That's about all I really want to share at this time. All I say is just look out. We're looking that maybe since this thing dropped below a support 3 level and then did close back above that support 3 level, it might be ready to go higher, but we got to get above pivot. And it look like next week we will be opening below pivot. And if we open below pivot, we might end up staying below pivot and end up going lower if we don't get any good news. And that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.